moving forward, this week was 420. We got some 420 related news pertaining to WWE and the use of marijuana. Now, WWE in the past has been pretty stingy, maybe, I guess is the right word, on their stance with marijuana. We know that Bret Hart back in the 90s was very vocal that WWE should not do things as far as people getting in trouble for smoking weed. As he said once before in an interview, hey, it's a better alternative than what some of these guys are using to cope with being on the road so much. But now, in the year of 2022, well, it seems like weed may not be that big of a deal to WWE, according to a new report from Fightful. According to Fightful, they do report that Talent has stated that they have not seen suspensions for marijuana in years. Now, WWE has not suspended anybody for marijuana in a long time, but they used to fine people for marijuana. Now, another Talent told Fightful that yes, you're tested for everything, but they haven't seen these marijuana fines in a very long time. Seems like nobody is being fined for it anymore. It was also rumored over the last year or so that WWE had quietly removed it from their wellness policy as far as a banned substance, I guess you can call it. The report also goes on to state that Randy Orton over the last couple of years has been, I guess you could say, an integral figure, an influence in this change on the main roster. It was also noted that while in NXT, Riddle, along with Kona Reeves, were also outspoken about this as well. Now, we see WWE implementing it in character, hence Riddle on the main roster, as one higher up in the company actually noted to Fightful, quote, I haven't even heard anyone as much as gossip over one of the boys or girls smoking weed in years, much less a fine being handed down for it. A lot of the perception has changed. And a lot of what Brett was talking about way back when ended up ringing true. I don't expect us to come out with weed-themed cannabis license anytime soon, but the policy has been relaxed, and we've used a lot of culture in our storylines, a lot of that culture in our storylines. So with that, it looks like WWE, again, has relaxed their stance on marijuana and the usage of weed, which is very cool, because it's like, yeah, I'm not a smoker of weed. I'm not a connoisseur of the ganja or whatever you want to call it. But, I mean, in all actuality, we've seen the, what's the word I'm looking for, argument of weed is no worse for you as far as how it affects you than smoke or than drinking beer and heavy liquor and alcohol. So why ban somebody for smoking weed when you're not going to ban somebody for getting drunk, going out to, a bar and getting drunk? Now, marijuana may have more lasting effects on you down the road than drinking beer, but that's not going to affect you as far as being in the ring. I mean, drinking beer and getting drunk is going to affect you way worse than smoking one doob, I guess you can call it, well before a match. So, and I doubt anybody's smoking weed. What's the word? Well, I doubt anybody's smoking weed backstage either. It may be that, someone smoked weed later that night in their rental car on their way to the next city, or on their way to the hotel, or on their way home, or at home. So, to be honest, the way that weed would affect you for a match is the same way, or not same, but similar to how weed would affect you for drinking for a match. So it's like, what's the word I'm looking for? Why punish people for smoking weed if you're not going to punish them for getting drunk? Like, you're not high 6, 7, 8 hours later from one drink or one smoke, just like you're not drunk 6, 7, 8 hours later from one drink. There we go. You know what I mean? So that's always been the argument of why fine or suspend for weed when it's no different than going out and getting drunk. No one's doing it right before a match. No one's drinking or smoking right before a match. So what does it matter? What does it really matter?